I'm gonna have 50 grams of, it's sort of rubbed off now, but 50 grams of, did you not want any, Benjamin? Okay, fair enough. 50 grams of this coconut yogurt for 3.5 sins. I'm gonna have a banana, and no, it's okay, Benjamin, that's fine, it's fine, I'll scoop it back in. And I'm going to have an apple as well.
Well, I've
decided not to have an apple instead. I'll have a satsuma instead. Hiya, so I've... It's turn pink. I've just had, so I've come back. I've had at work I had a couple of decaffeinated coffees. I've had, did I have... Yes, I had a couple of decaffeinated coffees, and I've had my cannelloni chips at work. I've got a cannelloni broccoli, leftover broccoli that I've just been in the microwave that I've just reheated. I've had I actually had a little nap. It was 3:30 when we got back, and I've just sat down to watch a film with my boy. We're watching Angry Birds. So I thought, well, I've got an hour and a half before I have to make some dinner, so I thought I sat down and just fell asleep. But then I woke up, and my daughter and son had some candy floss from the light up, and for some reason I decided to eat some. So I've no idea. That must just be automatic habit. I like a tiny piece of it, so I don't know how many sins that'll be. But my brain just went, that's a good idea. Before I knew I was eating it, I was like, no, it's not a good idea. So it just must be habitual. Must be bolster eating, because I've had a nap. I must have been like, oh, I'll go wake myself up or something like that. So anyway, that's sort of, yeah, it was a very small piece, so I know candy floss isn't very high in sins, so there's only be a couple of sins, I would imagine. And so I've made myself a decaffeinated coffee. Now my problem is I've got a lasagna. My cannelloni is another healthy extra A, so I'm going to have to sin my almond milk that I've used during the day, or I could sin my healthy extra A actually for my mozzarella, which would be 6 sins. That might be easier to deal with that, because I've no idea how much almond milk, in terms of, I know I won't have had a full healthy extra A, but so I'll do that. So I'll do 6 sins for my mozzarella, 2 sins for the candy floss I ate, and I think it's 3.5 sins this morning for my yogurt, so that's 9.5. I think we're at 11.5 sins so far. I don't think there's anything else. So yeah, I'm going to go and sit and eat my food now, and then I'll go make some dinner for everybody else. So I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Yeah, so that's the cannelloni there with the broccoli. It's just yeah,
I like having some chocolate.
Yeah, Benjamin's having some hot chocolate, and I'm having some caffeinated coffee with almond milk.
Yeah, but that's actually coffee with organ milk. Coffee with that.
Hiya, so just run a bath. I'm just going to bring the kiddies up so they can have their bath. I've just had half a pear. My daughter's had the other half. She likes the top snapped off, so she didn't really like the whole thing. She likes half one. So she had a pear, and I'm going to have an apple as well as a snack. I've had a little think about the candy floss, and I think it was kind of a bit of bolster eating. Not like I needed it, but I think it was down to the fact that I'd had a little nap, and my brain was kind of worried that it had a little nap. It was only sort of 5-10 minutes, if you know what I mean, just shut my eyes for a little bit, and wasn't very long that had gone past, because we started the film at 3:30 and it was 4:15. I remember waking up and about 4:15, so I reckon I must have watched quite a lot of the film already before that time. So I think it was old patterns. Old patterns of being worried that I wouldn't have enough energy. Old patterns of kind of fear of having to be awake for a very, 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 very long time on a short amount of sleep. So I think it was all old patterns, but again, all of these things are very useful. Every time it happens, it's a useful learning experience, and it'll be a slow process now of kind of sorting out all of those little niggles. I'm very confident that that's the life I want to lead. I'm very comfortable doing the no sugar thing. So it's not something I want to choose to put in my life as a kind of a as a thing anymore. I'm just going to watch and see how it interacts with my life, so I can kind of see, excuse me, gaps. See why things happen. So I think I'm comfortable with that. Yeah, so I'm going to eat this apple, and then the kiddies go to a bath, do their reading and all that kind of stuff, and then I don't have a tremendous amount to do this evening, to try and just do some washing up, so I'll probably attempt to have a relatively early night, trying to be in bed by 10ish if possible. And I was vaguely thinking about prepping a little bit for tomorrow's food, but I don't think there's a tremendous amount I need to prep for tomorrow's food, but I'll have a little think. Alright then, I'm going to eat this and I'll see you in a bit. Bye! Got chili rice with fresh tomatoes. Alright. Yeah, so I'm at the end of my day. Just making myself a hot drink. I've had 11.5 sims so far, and I've written it all down here in my scrawly old writing. So basically I've had 2 healthy extra A's. Oh, I've forgotten to have any healthy extra B's. So I'll probably have some nuts. I forgot I didn't have any extra B's. So, and my sins wise, I've had, making sure I haven't had any. Sins wise, I've had 11.5 sins so far, so I've got 3.5 sins to spare. So I thought I would have another 50 grams of this coconut yogurt. And obviously now I have extra B, I'll probably have some nuts with it. I don't think I'll dip it in the nuts, like put the nuts with it, but I'll probably have some separate. I'll have a quick look what nuts I'm going to have. I've got some almonds in the other room, so I could have 16 almonds. But I might go for Brazil nuts tonight, just because I know Brazil nuts have recipes to be very, very good for you. I can't remember what it is they've got in them that's pretty good, but I remember ages ago this lady who, when I did my art degree, there's this lovely lady called Celine, and she was 70 years old, and she had skin that was really, really clear and smooth and you know, incredibly wrinkle free for a 70-year-old, and she attributed that to having a Brazil nut and a banana every single day. So there's a bit of me remembers that lady having a Brazil nut every day. And at the time I didn't really like Brazil nuts, but over time I've really tried to push to see if I can enjoy Brazil nuts to like this lady can have. I don't know whether I don't know is it because I'm doing it because I want to have clear skin, but just I like the idea of this lady having a banana and a Brazil nut every day for the entirety of our life. And so I'll probably have some Brazil nuts. They're quite nice as well as a healthy extra, because there's just 5 Brazil nuts you can have as a healthy extra, so that's quite a good little, very small snack. And I'm quite full from dinner, so I only want like a little something after dinner to sit and make myself a hot drink. So a little bit of yogurt and a little bit of Brazil nuts might be just right. So I'll do that. Now I'll finish it here and I'll piece it together and upload. Yeah, alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lots of love, bye.